Just
the meeting belongs to Public Accounts Committee.
Yes, yes.
but just so that we don't have these exchanges, we were having a very constructive engagement with Waziri. I just want to say, Waziri, that I like the answers that you've provided. There's a ray of hope that a few things might happen. I am happy you have said that you are ready as a ministry to engage with the Nairobi County government, and I want to give an assurance that I will get the message to the governor that he needs to sit down with you to have that conversation. This is the biggest headache in the city. I don't understand why he would not avail himself for such an important conversation. I have already actually sent him a message to tell him that it is unacceptable that he would miss such important conversations with the National Treasury. CS, I want to request that as a Senate, we need also to be given our space. Invite us to those meetings as well. In fact, if that report is ready as soon as it is, I would want that, I know there would be processes for you to get it to Parliament, but there is no harm because we are the biggest problem as you have identified as Nairobi. I would be more than glad to have that report to see the proposals that you've made and sometimes to just even highlight and give them prominence so that we can solve the problems for the people of Nairobi. But Chair, if that is the direction that the ministry is taking, I think they can, I can see some light at the end of the tunnel for the problems in Nairobi. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. I must also say that I've chaired this committee for a long time, and the CSS for National Treasury have been very uncooperative. Senator Dulo, you and I have been in this committee for the longest period, and it has been very difficult to get the CS National Treasury before this committee because their mind is the National Assembly that approves their budgets. But you see, devolution is not just about counties. It has to be a balance between county governments and national governments. We are still a unitary state. So to that extent, CS, even though we had two missed dates, I must put it on record that we are happy that you've appeared before this committee. We will not be calling you for frivolous issues because we know how busy your schedule is. But I think that at least on a quarterly basis, we need to engage. You have a representative who sits in this committee, Dr. Ndongo, and I believe he will be able to relay some of the resolutions from this committee. But at least once every quarter, we need to touch base so that we are sure that we are on the right path. On the list of shame, we will help you, PBO. We can do our own analysis and present the counties that we consider to be persistently and materially breaching the Constitution, the PFM. And then we can have a conversation, CS, so that you are also not accused of overreach. Let it be some conversation that has been prompted by the reports of the Auditor General, control of budget and resolutions of Parliament.
Chair, I don't know why you are suggesting another report. We did a very good report on the fiduciary risk exposure. I think we can just start there.
Yeah, we can just extract,
yeah,
it because it already had the list of shame. Now, CS, you could respond to Senator Cherargei, and then we get to the final question, which will not take us more than 15 minutes.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, again, I want to point out that my office and my ministry, we are willing and ready to engage. Actually, it is a constitutional responsibility to appear before the Houses of Parliament and offer accountability for the use of public resources, because these are not our resources, these are resources that belong to the people of Kenya. And as people's representatives, you have a duty under Article 94, 5 and 6 of our Constitution to hold us to account. And I want to report, Chair, that I've actually appeared before committees of the Senate more than of the National Assembly. And I've also appeared more in the plenary of the Senate. Actually, apart from the budget speech that I read on 12th of June, I've only appeared once in the plenary of the National Assembly, but I've appeared about 4 or 5 times, I think 5 times if I'm not wrong, before the Senate. That tells you that, to me, I am blind to whatever difference would be between the two houses, because the two houses have a constitutional mandate to hold us accountable. On Article 225, I think we have agreed that this is something that I'm going to exercise my mind to, and if there is any report that you have which will be of help, as Senator Sifuna has rightly put it, then we could start from there and act, so that as we shy away from, appear to be shying away from taking decisions that we think would hurt the public, but we probably could be hurting the public more when their resources are misappropriated or misapplied. On the issues that have been raised, now let me go straight to the systems and to enhance efficiency in government. I want to point out that on this matter of own source revenue, it's a serious matter of concern to me and to the ministry. And there are two areas to it. One is that we have fragmented systems of accounting for revenue that is raised in the counties as own source revenue. And we want to have an integrated system. Already there is a circular number 3 of 2024 which was issued by the National Treasury, or that my ministry issued. And we are rolling out the integrated county revenue management system. It is going to replace these fragmented county revenue management systems. Already we have discussed this at IBEC. I know there's been pushback, of course, as expected from the governors and the counties and the Council of Government. I think we are trying now to be clearer. We are getting where we are clear. I think it was just misunderstanding this. Because we can't have 47, 48 systems in a country dealing with the revenue collection. We should have at most 2 or 3. So we will have an integrated county revenue management system. It's already in progress. We are also alive to the second problem, which is overestimation of own source revenue, which is causing the pending bills in the counties. Because own source revenue has been used as a balancing figure in our books. And by the way, even national government, actually they have borrowed this bad practice from the national government, where we were over-projecting our revenue. Our revenue ceased to be a realistic revenue projection based on economic fundamentals, but rather we look at what we want to do in the year, and then we ask how much would we be raising from external financiers and how much can we realistically raise from domestic borrowing, and then the remaining amount we say we will collect this much. And then you find KRA not collecting. This financial year, Chair, it would interest you to note that we were very realistic on our revenue projection for ordinary revenue. To the extent, for the first time, we were below the projection by the Parliamentary Budget Office, PBO. National Treasury had a lower figure, and we stuck to that lower figure because we don't want to overestimate revenue. The same must happen with counties. And so we are coming up, we are developing 2 revenue models. That is, the first one is what we call own source revenue based elasticity model, and the centered moving average model. This will help in protecting us from projecting unrealistic revenue. So we are giving these models to the counties. And whatever we are doing, Chair, and I want to agree with you, much as we say that counties are independent, etc., but the Constitution gives the National Treasury the responsibility of designing financial management systems. So it doesn't just say that we design those systems for national government. It includes even the county government. But the only thing that we have been trying also to do is not to just come up with systems and tell counties, use them. We want to be as inclusive, as participatory as possible. We want to get the involvement of the county so that they can buy in, because a system can also be frustrated if you give it to users who don't want to use it. So that is what we are trying to work around. Otherwise, this will cure the issue of the view of the COB failing to have a view. We are coming up with, actually we are putting a system which will be rolled out from this month. It will be used from end of this month, a system that, a twin system of approval and payment, so that whatever is approved is what is paid. To avoid this voiding that Senator Dula was referring to, that you have requisitioned money to pay this and you pay X. And by the way, as I conclude, Chair, What Senator Dulo said about counties going for 3 months without salaries, in the current setup, I think it is criminal and inhuman. Because why would you not pay your staff salaries and you are budgeted for that salary? It is consuming it for some counties even over 50%. And we have given you the allocation for the month. Even if we are late, we are only late for the month of July now, which we'll pay next week. So what justification would a county have not to pay their staff for 2 months? Yeah, it does not make sense at all. So those are counties that must be called out and punished accordingly. Thank you, Chair.
Let me then guide you to the next question, but
You forgot on COP issue.
I think you mentioned that they're rolling out a system.
Yeah. I said that we have a system that is going to connect the approval.
Are you
with
proposing a
the
policy shift or a legislative intervention, do you think?
Well, these are just systems. You just come up with a system.
It's just the
So there is
technical.
no. Actually, these people who have been paying things that have not been approved are the ones who have run away from policy.
I mean, they're just
There is no
criminals.
new policy. They are just
I mean, it's an offense under the Act.
blatant violation of our
Does
procedures.
it mean now that EACC, that they had access to e-procurement and payment, they can assist because it's criminal?
You know, unfortunately, Senator Cherga, I am not a lawyer, but I would think so. If we have given the system,
If they are given access.
and this is what they should do, and if EACC wants to get the access to the system, I don't think they should be
Yeah,
denied.
I think their mandate
Because
also allows them to be proactive.
they
rather
can be
than to
proactive and deal with the
morticians
risk
like
matters.
this committee.
Actually, EACC doesn't have to wait for Auditor General
Yes.
to audit.
Correct.
They can go into the system, see this kind of mismanagement and misapplication of funds, and deal with it at source. They can summon, and they have summoned, by the way, people, cases we don't even know exist.
Yeah.
They call people and ask you why you have done 1, 2, 3. So EACC has that power.
So you think, finally, Chair, you think that that system will prevent, because, Chair, it is also, we don't want anybody to be morticians. We want to be preventative. So these systems you are proposing, will it in any case be preventative, as in it will prevent? Because we don't want also those voiding of payments to be done, then we come and arrest people later. We want this thing not to happen. That's our prayer, because, Chair, it is so sad. For example, Nandi, in the last financial year, they did voiding of payments of around 586 million Kenya shillings. And most of those companies and payments was not reflective of the requisitions to COB. So we want something that can prevent, it can detect. It's like walking into this building with a gun. When you just walk, the security will not allow you to pass. So we are looking for something like that you cannot, Chair, you cannot access.
So, Chair, actually that's the main reason why we are coming up with this twin system, where approval is linked to payment, so
Yes.
that whatever is approved is paid. Otherwise, there would be no need for this system.
I mean, it has been unacceptable that for 10 years, that gap has been there.
Yeah.
And those of us even who came from the corporate world, and I've given the example even in the insurance world, if approval has been made to pay a claim, once that approval has been made, you cannot pay another claimant. But that is what is happening in government. I mean, it's just completely unacceptable. It's against acceptable practices, and I think now it falls on you to close the gap, and I'm happy that you're
Chair,
already
one
taking
last
action.
one, CS, on expenditure by the counties. Some of the counties, they don't even submit their expenditure report. And that is also very critical. I don't know whether the system can be connected to that. Failure to submit your expenditure report. The budget process, when you do the requisition, should be actually dealt with. I don't know whether that's possible. Because at the end of the day, Kenyans should know how their money is spent.
Yes.
Yeah?
I'll look into that matter of counties failing to give expenditure report, but that again is another criminal, because the law is clear on how you are supposed to report, and the timelines and the dates are set. If they are not complying, in fact, in my view, those are now the candidates for withholding of funds under Article 225, so that we don't give you money if you can't give your as a report. But I'll check if this system is also linked to that kind of reporting.
Yeah, CS, I think with this kind of engagement and positive engagement between the National Treasury and the Senate, let us not make counties places where people want to become governors so that they can be rich. Let counties be places where people go to because they want to serve. But at the moment, there are too many loopholes, and people go to counties to enrich themselves rather than to serve the people. And we'll be happy to walk this journey with you and to be able to achieve some of these things in your tenure as CS. Now, the last question was on conditional grants. I can see it's a two-page